Hi everybody, it's Tracy. Before we get started on the 11 red flags in dating that you should never ignore, I want to give a shout out to Jessie Jess, my fellow YouTube for Bosses member, who gave me the title of my thumbnail. Thank you, Jessie. All right, so today we're going to discuss, like I said before, the dating red flags. We're going to talk about 11 of them. The dating warning signs. And all of this is to prepare you to become the red flag master. This is going to be part 1 of a 2-part video. Please watch this first one since you're here and check out the second one. I have it linked above so you can get all 11 signs of an unhealthy relationship. I hope you enjoyed the video. But before we get to this, you have come to the right place for best conversations and life advice. Subscribe to my channel and hit that like button and that notification bell so you will be notified when I post a new video every Saturday. Okay, so let's talk about something real quick. Before getting into a relationship, it is so important to know yourself. If not, how can you give someone your all if you don't know who you are and what you want? And that is so important because you may miss the red flags. So today, let's talk about it. Are you missing the signs and the red flags that your mate is giving you? I mean, we've all heard, to look at someone's actions before their words or something like that. Because if his actions and his words don't align, something's wrong. Okay, number 1, the hidden relationship. Okay, I don't know if you've been through this or not. A lot of women have. He's hiding you. He spends time with you. He spends time with you. But it's either at his house or worse, it's at your house. He doesn't take you out. He doesn't go to the grocery store with you. He doesn't do anything. If y'all are going to eat dinner, he wants you to go to the store before, he gets there and y'all are together but alone in the house. You turn around and you're like, I've been dating this guy for 6 months. I haven't met his family and I've only met one of his 12 friends. Something's wrong with this, and you have no idea where you stand in the relationship. So this is a bad sign. Number 2, irresponsible, immature. This is the guy that can't take care of himself. He can't pay his bills. His mama pays for them. He can't hold a job for whatever reason. And when any kind of hiccup in life comes, he can't cope. Run from this guy. If he can't take care of himself, he definitely, I'm not going to say take care of you, but you can't count on him for anything because he can't even count on himself. So avoid the irresponsible and immature guy. Number 3, cancels dates. I'm just busy. We've heard it before. The guy's always busy. He's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing this, he's doing that. I'm trying to get my career together. And I get that. But if he's trying to get his career together, he shouldn't be involved in a relationship or pursuing a relationship. Okay? Now, if you're in a relationship or y'all talked about a relationship, things are going to come up. They may have to cancel from time to time, and that's okay. But if he's canceling and not even rescheduling, red flag. Because he's probably not that into you. Okay? I mean, a guy who's busy all the time, every day, something's wrong with that. He can't confirm a date because something may come up with his job, or something here, or something there, or, oh, my mom asked me to do this for me, something. He always has some kind of excuse. And then, worst of all, he calls you 9, 10 o'clock at night. And he's like, I'm free, what you doing? Pass on this one. Because this is going to lead to many disappointing nights. Because if he's doing it in the beginning, this is his pattern. Please stay away from him. I understand that he's handsome. I understand that he's smart. I understand that he has a good job. But you deserve better. You deserve someone who's going to make a date, set a time, be on time, because that's really showing you that you take priority in his life. He made that time for you that day, to really spend time with you and to really develop your relationship. So you really deserve more. And on top of the canceling dates, he may not cancel. I'm just throwing this in. But we talked about this call at 10 o'clock. But hey, he had a date with you, just say for 7. But he doesn't come till 11. And, his thing is that, well, something came up. I'm here. But you tried to call him and contact him, and they just kept saying, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. That in the beginning is going to really lead up to, like I said, some disappointing nights. So, red flag. Okay? Red flag. I'm not saying, with all of these flags, I'm not saying that you dump them. But I'm saying you need to step back, regroup, slow the relationship down. Because these are warning signs that you have to address before moving on. Number 4, too critical. This is the guy who criticizes all of his exes. All his relationships ended in tragedy. None of it was his fault. You really need to run from this one. This is the guy that always says, I'm nice and I'm kind and I'm smart, really like them, but, they didn't trust me. They always wanted to know where I was going and, what I was doing. And I didn't do anything, and then with his story, and a lot of us buy this story, he goes with the story and he talks about how, they always did him wrong. And then he ends up with, all my exes are crazy. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. Now, after he finishes all of this talking, you need to ask him, were there any actions that you were doing that could have caused this crazy behavior that you're talking about? Because, like we all know, there was an action before the reaction. This girl just didn't say, oh, today I'm going to be crazy when, I start this relationship with this guy. There has to be something that precipitates these things. So, too critical, always blaming somebody else, watch out for them. Number 5, coming on too strong. Okay, you meet him. He's smart, he's funny. I keep saying that because that's what we all say. He's smart and he's funny and, he's handsome. And, he's giving you these compliments, and not saying anything's wrong with compliments, but, you're 3 weeks in and he's like, I've never met a woman like you before, and you're just so, you're just too good to be true, and, oh, and I just love you, and you're like, ooh. I mean, he's laying it on thick. He's running through this relationship like a freight train. And you have to say to yourself, he doesn't even know me. It's 3 weeks. It takes people years to know each other. So I don't see how he can say that, you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, because he doesn't know all of your ins and your outs. You know, we start a relationship putting on our best front. So it's like, and then slowly as you peel off of those layers, like peeling an onion, you know, that's when you really get to know a person. So when they're laying it on too thick and they're coming on too strong, back up a little bit. Not saying to dump them, just try to see where he's coming from, because he may be on the rebound. The relationship that he said ended, 6 months ago may have ended 6 days ago. So you really need to, and he may need that feeling of, somebody likes me or cares about me, just to kind of, for lack of a better term, lick his wounds because he just got out of a relationship. So you want to kind of hold off on him a little bit. And then also, he may practice serial monogamy. And what I mean by that is he's truthful when he says, hey, I only date one girl at a time. And he might date only one girl at a time. But he doesn't tell you that it's a revolving door. He'll be with you, come on strong, be with you about 60 days or 90 days, and then you're out and he's moved on the next girl. That's not good either. So when they're coming on too strong, back up a little bit. Something isn't right. Let me try to figure this out. Okay? Let's keep moving. Red flag number 6. There's a lack of trust. The story doesn't add up. He's lying about big things. He's lying about little things. He just has the inability of being honest with almost anything. He probably can't even be honest with himself. Maybe he can't cope with certain things. Maybe he can't cope with reality. I don't know. But if you're catching him in a few lies in the beginning, trust your intuition, trust yourself, trust your gut. He may be hiding something. A shady past, an addiction. Maybe he's just a compulsive liar. It could be something as simple as the guy says, I'm an investment banker. But then you find out that he's really just a bank teller. Nothing's wrong with being a bank teller. But what I'm saying is that why are you saying things that really are not the truth? Yes, you work at a bank, but you're not in that capacity. Why lie about it? So, and he may say, well, because I really like you, and, I was scared that you wouldn't like me if you knew I was just a bank teller, because you look like you're someone who would want to be with an investment banker. And if they're lying to you about stuff like that, he probably lying about a whole bunch of other things. So step back from that, slow it down. Not saying don't date him, but you just really need to hone in on him and maybe kind of walk out the door. Because this issue that you're having, you can't trust him because he just keeps lying. He's not your problem. You need to move on. These are some red flags in dating. They help us put a name to what we are feeling. Most of the time, we knew something was wrong in the relationship, but we didn't listen to ourselves. We didn't listen to our intuition. We didn't really hone into those uneasy feelings that we had in the beginning of the relationship. But I'm asking you to please listen to yourself. Listen to what your body is telling you. I know it's hard being lonely, but you have to know that you're not alone. You do have friends, you do have family, you do have coworkers. You have that place that you like to go eat and everybody knows your name. Sounds like Cheers. But anyway. But you're not alone. But we know that you get lonely. We know that you want that companionship. You see people walking down the street, they're holding hands. they may be hugging, and you want that and you desire that. But it's not worth being in an unhealthy relationship to have that feeling of, someone wanting you, but it's so segmented. It's one day and then maybe a week later, he may act like he wants to be bothered. That you don't deserve that. You deserve a consistent, steady, loving relationship. So if you're just getting out of a relationship, take this time to heal. Take this time to grieve. Take this time to work on yourself and hone into these red flags, because they're going to come up again, and you're going to have to know how to deal with them and how to discuss them, when they come up. And if the person doesn't like what you're talking about and they don't want to discuss it or try to do anything about it, then that's another way of knowing this person isn't right for me. So if you like this video, comment down below. Tell me which red flag that you have dealt with in your previous relationships. If you like the video, let me know by hitting that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I would love new subscribers. And make sure you share this video, because this video, it's long. I know it's, in 2 parts, but sometimes we have friends that don't really open up to us because they're embarrassed. And I would ask you to share it with as many people as you know. Let them watch it, because that's why I try to have this like a conversation. So it's like people talking to one another, so you can have that support. So please, because they may need it, and a lot of us need some guidance from time to time. See you next Saturday.